The Chiefs beat the Giants by the final score of 22-9 on Sunday Night Football. And in my post-game show, I was fairly critical about the Chiefs' offense. I didn't think that they performed that well, and a lot of Chiefs fans criticized me for being too negative. And while I do have a lot of thoughts that might not be the most positive, in this video we're going to focus on just the positives because the Chiefs did do a lot of good things in their win last night. But if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Michael Darcy, and you're watching the KC Sports Report. Do me a big time favor and hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more daily Chiefs coverage. I first want to pull up this tweet from Matt McMullen. Taekwon Thornton last night, a 5-yard touchdown on 3rd and 3, a 21-yard catch on 3rd and 6, and a 33-yard catch on 3rd and 10. Taekwon Thornton was phenomenal last night. He was a beast. He was the number one option for Patrick Mahomes, and it showed. And so going forward, the Chiefs have a legit dude in Taekwon Thornton, and that's a massive pickup for Brett Veach, who was able to get him on the practice squad last season, and you can tell there's chemistry between Patrick Mahomes and Taekwon Thornton. He trusts him in these positions. All of his big catches came on 3rd down. And so I think it is a massive positive that Taekwon Thornton has earned the trust of Patrick Mahomes to get targeted in these big situations. I mean, a couple of his catches were the difference in this game. You know, he only had one touchdown. That one touchdown grab that he had was insane. But the other ball that he caught was to put the Chiefs at the 1-yard line and gave Kareem Hunt an easy score. And so I think without Taekwon Thornton, the Chiefs don't win this game. And so I want to give props to him because he was a massive positive last night, and he's been a huge positive this entire season, really showing up when we ask him to. 5 catches for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. He's my game MVP. He was phenomenal. And another thing that I briefly touched in the post-game show, but I didn't fully talk about it, the Chiefs' defense is legit. They're a championship-level defense, and it is very obvious. Spags and this defense came to play. They had 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 9 passing attempts. They were 1 of 10 on 3rd down conversion efficiency. They were 1 of 4 on 4th down conversion efficiency. And Malik Neighbors was locked up. He didn't have more than 1 catch until late in the 4th quarter. And so the Chiefs defense came to play. And I'm also going to pull up this tweet from Matt McMullen that since the beginning of the 2023 season, a span of 37 games, the Chiefs own the top scoring defense in the NFL at 18.3 points per game. KC has held the opposition to 20 or fewer points in a league best 27 of those games. That's 73%. And then Matt McMullen said in quotes, "This is a Spags tweet. Steve Spagnuolo and this defense have been legit, and it's the only reason why this season isn't a complete disaster up until this point." So I want to give massive props to Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs defense. They looked great once again last night. And going into it, I said on the night shift on Sports Radio 810 WHB that if the Chiefs defense couldn't hold Russell Wilson and the Giants offense to sub 20, they probably weren't going to win. And so to hold them to 9 points at home when they're coming off of a week where they put up 37 against the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, that was a Spags masterclass. And they looked good. And they still didn't get everything going in terms of pass rush. You know, outside of Chris Jones, I mean, George Karlaftis had a sack, but Charles Omenihu, kind of a non-factor. Omar Norman-Lott, he had 5 pressures in this game. That's another huge positive. The rookie second-round draft pick has showed up in a big way. And to kind of pile on top of the Chiefs' defense and the positives that we saw, a week after Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson combined for 17 catches for 309 yards and 3 touchdowns against Dallas, the Chiefs held that duo to just 3 grabs for 39 yards last night. What a night for the KC defense. The Chiefs defense was legit. They came to play, and it's no surprise that when we're talking about positives from their win last night, most of them are about the Chiefs' defense. Outside of Taekwon Thornton and Patrick Mahomes, you didn't see a whole lot of positives from the offense. But actually, you know what? I do have a positive. And this might be a controversial positive, but I thought Kingsley Suamataia played his best game in the pros last night. He was going up against, Dexter Lawrence. They call him Sexy Dexy. He basically was a non-factor. I think he had one pressure in this game, and Kingsley is new at the position, going up against the best of the best in the NFL, and for the most part, he was great. And so that is a huge positive for this offensive line, considering they have a lot of question marks surrounding certain positions, certain spots on the offensive line. I'm going to talk about that later on in the week. But I thought that, Kingsley Suamataia was maybe the best offensive lineman in that Week 3 win. So that's a huge positive. I guess another positive is that Patrick Mahomes is yet again just showing you that he is the best quarterback in football. He didn't have a insane game by any means. He was 22 of 37 for 1 touchdown, throwing for 224 yards passing. Russell Wilson was 18 of 32 for 160 and 2 interceptions. Again, just showing you how good the Chiefs' defense was last night. But I think that, going forward, there's a lot you can take away from this win that you can build off of. The Chiefs' offense in the second half, even though in the first half they made me want to pull my hair out, in the second half, the first drive that they had, they scored a touchdown. And, you saw them multiple times in the second half put together a couple good drives. And that's something that, not a lot of Chiefs fans want to hear because, yeah, we want to see them score more than 22 points, but it feels like, they're on the verge of building something. And maybe when they get Rice and Worthy back and Royals back into the picture, their offense will function a lot better. That's the hope. That's why I'm so optimistic. But I think that, overall, the Chiefs defense is a championship caliber unit, and they've got Patrick Mahomes and Taekwon Thornton, who is looking to be, right now he's the Chiefs' number 1 wide receiver. When X and Rasheed come back, I think Taekwon Thornton has, surpassed Hollywood Brown on this team. I think he's got the trust. I think he, has that skill set of stretching the field. He can get separation, and he was open a lot last night, even when he didn't catch the football. And so that's a huge positive, and I want to talk more about some positives, and we'll do that right after this ad break. This video is sponsored by my friends over at DM Injury Law. Injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation, but time is critical. Rely on the experienced personal injury attorneys at DM Law, Kansas City and Missouri's top injury law firm. DM Law is a full-service personal injury practice supported by a large team of investigators, case managers, medical records specialists, and more. And best of all, you don't pay unless they win. DM Law operates on a contingency fee basis, meaning no fees unless they win your case. And they also provide free consultations. So if you've been injured, don't wait. You can contact DM Law today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you pursue the compensation you deserve. Let them handle the fight while you focus on healing. Hurt in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Thanks to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. Huge thanks to the sponsors that have supported this channel all football season long. Now, getting back into some of the positives from last night's game, a lot of people look at the altercation between Andy Reid and Travis Kelce on the sideline where Andy Reid put his shoulder into Travis Kelce. A lot of people view that as the Chiefs are melting down. What is going on the sideline? I'm going to try to put a positive spin on it. A lot of people think that Travis Kelce doesn't care and that he's checked out mentally. I actually think that the fire that you saw from him, in this game, in the previous 2, I think it is because he cares. If he was completely checked out and he didn't care if they won or lost, I don't think that he would be so upset on the sideline that things weren't going well. And part of the reason that there's been this explosion of emotion on the sideline is because Travis Kelce is used to seeing the Chiefs offense function at the best level possible. He has been a part of some of the best offenses in NFL history, and over the past couple years, it just hasn't clicked. And so the hope is that, the fire's still there. They're trying to get through some things, and I think that, once they get back Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, they should be able to implement more things into this offense. I don't think that's going to just completely fix the issues. That's not really what this video is catered around. I wanted to talk about the positives. I mean, the biggest positive is that, your offense put up 22 points. They covered the spread against the Giants, and they didn't have their top 2 pass-catching options outside of Travis Kelce. So there are some things to be happy about, and the Chiefs can build on this win. The biggest positive is that they won the football game, because I would not want to be sitting here on this Victory Monday if they would have lost the game and try to give you guys positives. But they won last night. They picked up their first win of the season. They moved to 1-2, and they've got an opportunity to even up the season next week by, beating Baltimore at home. It's going to be a tough task, but again, with the Chiefs defense playing as well as they are, they're going to have a chance to win this football game. So I do think there are a lot of good takeaways from this Chiefs win over the Giants. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. How are you feeling on this Victory Monday? We're going to have more positives coming tomorrow. I've got Caden and Kyle lined up for a video for you guys. And we should have some more videos talking about the Chiefs offense, maybe Jawan Taylor and Harrison Butker and some of the issues that they've got. But stay tuned for those later on in the week. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, go Chiefs.